the Aswan High Dam. Now in this book there's a 3-page entry over the Nile and where the Aswan High Dam is mentioned. Now the whole background story, there's the Nile that is in Africa and it goes from Central Eastern Africa complete northwards to the Mediterranean Sea. And now the whole background information. It starts in Burundi at the Kagera River, the Nile, goes then through Rwanda and Tanzania into the Lake Victoria. And then at Uganda it flows 400 meters wide out. The Lake Victoria is very big but flat. And there it goes then out through Uganda and flows northwards. There it is joined through another river from the southwest, the Bahr el Ghazal River, and then the Atbara River comes there, and then the Blue Nile. And they both come from Ethiopia. And then in Ethiopia there are highlands. They are near the Lake Tana. And there they are coming from the Blue Nile and the Atbara. They are lying 1,800 meters high. And there's more rainfall. There's monsoon in June, July and September. And there's then also in these months the snow melting from the Ethiopian highlands. And then comes there a lot of water from where? So the many water, in particular when it's flooding, when the monsoon comes in the summer months, is not from the Lake Victoria or Burundi in Central Africa, but from Ethiopia. And then it joins at the Blue Nile near Kafourum, and then also the Atbara northwards, and flows then up. And then it flows through the Nubian desert for 2,700 kilometers through Sudan and then to Egypt. And when at Cairo the Nile is thinning out, it had in ancient times 7 branches. Now the 2 main ones are Rosetta and Damietta, out into the Mediterranean Sea. The Nile Delta is 160 kilometers south to north from Cairo northwards to the Mediterranean Sea and 240 kilometers width. Now that is the Nile flowing along. And now the thing is, there is no annual, more or less one flood. Then there is the monsoon in Ethiopia. Then 2/3 of the water comes from the Blue Nile. It was the White Nile, or the White Nile and the Mountain Nile, the White Nile and the Blue Nile, and then it flows out. 2/3 of the water in the monsoon comes from Ethiopia, but just once a year. And that means that the people who are doing agriculture along the floodplain of the Nile, 15 kilometers width, or in the Nile Delta, are able to make just one time a year to let the water intentionally in onto the fields, 15 kilometers wide, then to make it with barracks, close it off, keep the water standing of the flood, wait 2 months until it has throttled out, and then the silt, the reddish grey silt which the Nile had brought with all the way from Africa and Ethiopia with it, keeps lying there, and on that they can do agriculture. But just once a year when the monsoon was there, just 1 crop per year. And so they started to build dams there. And then one has not just all the water rushing through in June, July, September, but they're trapping it behind the dams. The Aswan High Dam then started to be built in 1960, trapping it behind it, and then they need it, when they want it, they open it, and having another flood and continually water when they need it, and can make them better agriculture. And that is why we built the Aswan High Dam. Started to be built in 1960, 111 meters high, 3.2 kilometers width, and behind it is the Lake Nassau, the biggest human-made lake on the earth. 480 kilometers goes it then southwards into Sudan. And I think there's also hydroelectric. So that is the Aswan High Dam and the background information from the main article, the Nile. Now that is according to Leonel Grixon's Wonders of the World book on pages 28, 29 and 30. And there's also said that this Lake Nassau, trapped behind the Aswan High Dam, flooded a lot of area. And there were at Abu Simbel the temples of Ramses II and also I think of other people. And they were trapped behind water, so the ones of Ramses II, these big stone things, they took them away and saved them from being submerged. And that is it. And the positions and views expressed are the ones of the source and don't necessarily align with our or with the ones of the entity spoken.